Along the Kanawha River, just west of Charleston, lies a community with a history that reaches far beyond its modern streets and neighborhoods. This is Dunbar, West Virginia. The story of Dunbar begins thousands of years before the city itself existed. Long before European settlers arrived, Native American peoples lived throughout the Kanawha Valley. Evidence of their presence can still be found in the prehistoric earthworks and burial mounds that once covered parts of the region. The Kanawha Valley would eventually become important to European settlers because of its fertile land, natural resources, and, most importantly, the Kanawha River. The river became a major transportation route through the valley, connecting communities and helping industries grow. In the late 1700s, another famous name became connected to the area. George Washington received a large tract of land along the Kanawha River for his military service during the French and Indian War. Parts of this land included the area that would eventually become Dunbar. As settlers moved into the region, farming became an important part of everyday life. But the Kanawha Valley was changing. The discovery and development of salt brought workers and businesses into the valley. Salt manufacturers needed large amounts of fuel, and coal from surrounding areas helped power the growing industry. The Kanawha River provided a way to transport materials and finished products. Dunbar was positioned close to all of this activity. One of the most unusual chapters in Dunbar's history involves wine. During the 19th century, grapes were grown in the area, and wine was produced locally. Today, the remains of that history can be seen at Wine Cellar Park. The historic stone wine cellars are a reminder of a time when Dunbar had a small but interesting wine industry. Wine produced in the area was transported to markets, including Charleston and Cincinnati. Eventually, the industry disappeared, but the stone cellars survived. They remain one of Dunbar's most unusual historic landmarks. By the early 20th century, Dunbar was becoming more industrial. Glass manufacturing became an important part of the local economy. Factories brought jobs and helped attract more families to the area. Dunbar also became connected to American innovation. In 1916, the Gravely plow was invented in Dunbar. The invention became part of the community's industrial history and helped put Dunbar's name on the map for agricultural machinery. As the population grew, Dunbar needed its own municipal government. On April 19, 1921, Dunbar was officially incorporated as a city by the West Virginia legislature. That was a major moment in the community's history. But there is an interesting mystery surrounding the city's name. Different historical sources have offered different explanations for where the name Dunbar came from. One tradition connects it to Mary Dunbar, while other historical accounts connect the name with Dunbar Baines, or Colonel Thomas Dunbar. So even the name of the city has a story, and a little controversy. During the 20th century, Dunbar continued developing alongside the rest of the Kanawha Valley. The river remained important. Industry provided jobs. Businesses opened. Families built homes and raised children. Schools, churches, roads, and neighborhoods helped create the community we recognize today. Like many West Virginia communities, Dunbar also experienced changes as industries declined or moved away. But the city remained. Today, Dunbar is a community with a fascinating mixture of history. Its story includes ancient Native American earthworks, George Washington's land holdings, farming, the Kanawha River, the salt industry, winemaking, glass manufacturing, and American invention. And through all of those changes, the Kanawha River has continued flowing beside the community. So when you travel through Dunbar, don't just see it as another city along the Kanawha River. Look a little closer. There are stories beneath the streets. There are historic places hidden among modern neighborhoods. And there are generations of West Virginians whose lives helped shape this community. From ancient earthworks to historic wine cellars, from factories and inventions to the families who call Dunbar home today. The history of Dunbar is a small but fascinating part of the larger story of West Virginia. This is Dunbar, West Virginia, a community along the Kanawha River, with a history that stretches back thousands of years.